Hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner, and this is my corner talk for today for November. I never know the date. That is crazy. If I'm not looking at a calendar or a phone, I can't remember the date. But no, it's the 9th. Duh, Jaylee, it's the 9th. But yeah, so this is my corner talk for today. I'm only going to do a couple of issues today. This will not be a 30-minute video. Probably like 10 to 15 minutes. So, first thing that happened today, just recently within the past couple of hours, is Nicki Minaj's brother, who was on trial for child rape. He was accused of raping and molesting and being inappropriate with his ex-wife's daughter, so his stepdaughter, when she was 11 years old. The little girl is currently 14, and he was found guilty today in a Supreme Court in New York. He was convicted of predatory sexual assault and endangering the welfare of a child. Now, I don't know if people remember when he was first arrested back in 2015, Nicki Minaj actually posted $100,000 bail for her brother. Now, my thing is, as family, you do stick up for your family. So I don't think it was crazy that she posted this bail because, people are innocent until proven guilty. But if you think about it, she hasn't talked about, posted about, brought up or nothing regarding her brother's trial since she posted that bail. And that was, of course, back in 2015. Usually when your people is in jail and going through things and they are innocent, you are consistently protesting and being a voice of he didn't do it, is wrong. And she's been dead silent. Nicki Minaj, all she's been doing, was walking around, flipping her hair, taking, trips to Prague and, hanging out and going to fashion shows and doing all, doing everything else. But we haven't heard her speak about her brother. And my thing is, I feel like when you are in the news and you're in the media and you were defending him when he was first arrested, you posted that big ass bond, said how, people, what did she say? Just speaking about how a person is innocent until proven guilty. I'm just like, why you ain't said nothing since then? So my thing is, was something going on that you find out something and you just, stepped away from it? So the lawyer for her brother had been saying that this family, that the ex-wife was trying to extort $25 million from Nicki Minaj, basically, and was saying, it's going to take a whole bunch of money to get this to go away before they went to trial, before he was arrested and stuff. Do I think the mama tried to extort? It's very much so possible. But I don't think just because you say, give me this amount of money and you ain't got to go to jail, that doesn't necessarily mean what happened didn't happen. I mean, I wouldn't want the person who put their hands on, touch, or was inappropriate with my child to be free. You know what I'm saying? I would want their ass to go to jail too. I wouldn't say give me some money to make it go away. No ma'am, no sir, no thank you. But, people do different things in different situations, so I don't know. But I don't think that means that he was innocent and he was basically being railroaded. The one thing about it was, they found his DNA on the little girl's pajamas. Now, what kind of DNA? I don't know. All I know is DNA is some kind of, it's not, DNA is like blood. It's fluids. Okay, it's fluids. And there's no reason for any kind of fluids of any kind of adult to be on a child's pajamas. Okay? I just don't think there's ever a reason for that. I don't think they ever said it was sperm. I don't think that was ever said. It was just said that it was his DNA was found on her pajamas. Now I think the trial has only been going on for about a month. Even though it happened back in 2015, they had to get ready for the trial and everything kept happening. Now the victim has said how he repeatedly raped her, over an 8-month period back in 2015. And, that's crazy to me. 8 months, it's because again, she was 11 at the time and she's currently 14. And the brother also, who supposedly testified, who's 10, said that he did walk in, and what did the boy say? I just want to be sure that I say this right and that I'm not like making up stuff. So yeah, the girl's 10-year-old brother said that he saw Jelani's private parts and that he walked in and saw him touching his sister back in 2015, that they were partially closed, and that Jelani told the little boy, you need to keep this quiet or they're going to take you away from your mama. And the thing is, you know how people are predators, okay? And people know children who are young are impressionable. So if you say something, they're going to take it from your mama, it's a reason for a child not to say anything. You know, even the girl was saying how he told her, you know, that she was his puppet and that she, you know, didn't have any say-so into what was going on. And that, to me, is crazy. I just, you know, I just think anybody who does it needs to take their ass to jail. So it is what it is. So yeah, Nicki Minaj's brother Ass is going to jail. Now, he has not been sentenced yet. He will not be sentenced until, I believe, sometime in December. I think the charge, the charge that he got is like the highest count for that kind of crime, for, you know, raping, molesting a child. And I think it's like a maximum. Yeah, the guilty charges carry a potential for up to 25 years in prison. No, I'm sorry. It's 25 years to life in prison. And, you know, of course his lawyers will appeal it. But I think the most damning evidence was the fact that it was his DNA on her goddamn pajamas. And there's never a reason for a person's DNA to be on some pajamas. And, you know, if he did his ass, he deserved to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Lock his ass up, throw away the key, and let it be what it is. I think some people will say, do you think that will hurt Nicki Minaj in any way? I don't. I think she's gonna avoid it. I think she's not gonna talk about it. I think it will be something that she will not comment on. I don't think she will even comment on her brother being found guilty. Period. If that was my sibling, I would say something one way or the other. If he was if my sibling was guilty, I would comment on my sibling being guilty. And if I felt like my sibling was innocent, I will still be saying, you know, my sibling didn't do this. So I think it's something that nothing is being said. Because sometimes people say that when you say something, when you say nothing, you're really saying something. And it could be, you know, that somebody did what they is being accused of doing. You just don't want to be, you don't want to deal with it. I'm pulling up the next story that I'm going to talk about. I'm not trying to ignore y'all. So the next story that I was going to go over, Tamar Braxton. Tamar, we know she's getting divorced. And I think the last corner talk that I did, I brought up how no one knew why or how or what happened for them to be getting divorced. Well, Tamar came out on Instagram and she made a long post. And I posted it on my Instagram and I did it on my Jaylee's Corner Facebook page. I don't want to read the whole thing because it's like a long, she basically alleges, one, that Vince had some girlfriends here, there, and everywhere. She brings up how people were busy, how, you know, a person consistently checking up on you and looking up on your phone what you doing, but they phone glued to their hip and it's face down. You know, she brings up how she didn't want to stay married just to say she's married. She didn't want to be married just for face value. And also how, you know, love and faith and dignity and, you know, all the understanding was no longer in her marriage. And I think people, I think myself included, I think I might have said something too, how she talked bad about other people's marriages and how her man was completely different. But, you know, that was years ago. And as we know, being married is hard, which is why my ass is not married. And it takes a lot to make a marriage work. So I don't think that her marriage ending is a failure on her part. I don't think it's karma. I don't think, you know, she was faking for the cameras. I don't even think that divorce is a publicity stunt. I think her and her husband have been going through some things and she divorcing him because she wants to be happy. that's the reason divorce is around. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. I don't want people to get divorced. You know, marriage is sacred, and people should take marriage serious. You know, but they were married for 9 years, and it didn't work out. You know, some people can say, oh, it's the reality show curse, or, you know, she was always extra. At the end of the day, they did love each other. Everyone could clearly see that. You know, that's the thing. But at the same time, as people get older, they change. You know what I'm saying? They do it. It happens. And sometimes people grow in different directions. So we hope that she is the best and she's going to be the best. Tamar Events does come on tonight. Yes, I will be previewing it. Will it be up tonight? Probably not. It probably will not be up until tomorrow. So please come back and check that out, because y'all know my comments and stuff will be, who knows, all over the place. But you know, I'm just happy that she can live in her truth, because you know, so many people be married, and famous people, not famous people, rich people, broke people, be married just to say they married, just to be like, well, I got a husband. But your husband cheating, girl. Your husband cheating with the whole goddamn on church congregation. Your husband cheating with everybody at your office. Your husband cheating with the man down the street. So you can't be like, well, I'm still married, but it don't matter if your marriage is broken. You know what I'm saying? So let that woman be happy. You know, hopefully Vince can be happy, even though they're saying that Vince does not want to get divorced. He does not want to stay. I mean, he doesn't want to be separate from Tamar. But, hey, sometimes you have to let go and let God. And, you know, if it's meant to be, they'll come back together. But, you know, it is what it is. Tyrese. I think I commented on his stuff last time. I can't remember if I did. Y'all know it. He had the whole thing with The Rock and being mad at The Rock for doing the Fast and Furious spinoff. He was upset with his, he was all in his feelings about, you know, being in court for his daughter for custody and all that foolishness things, that he was all on Instagram and on social media crying, just boo-hoo sobbing about how much he missed his daughter, about how he got paying $13,000 a month, how, you know, he going broke trying to fight for his daughter, all this stuff. And my thing I kept thinking was, Tyrese, you live in a motherfucking mansion. Okay, you had went on and on and on and on about how you had a Starbucks in your house, how you had built the goddamn, you built you have Optimus Prime and Bumblebee in your house, up to the ceiling, and not, I'm only 5 feet tall, not up to my little ceiling. My ceiling maybe 10 feet up. You know what I'm saying? I'm in an apartment. You got the tall ass Optimus Prime and Bumblebee built in your house. You also, after your court case with your ex-wife about your daughter, you and your current wife got on a private jet and flew somewhere. You know what broke people can't do? Any of that. Okay? When you are going broke and you're bankrupt, what you taking a private flight for, bruh? Just wondering. And I'm all for, people were saying, why y'all clowning him because he crying? Why y'all clowning him because he's a father wanting to be with his daughter? I'm not clowning Tyrese because he wants to be with his daughter. Tyrese is taking a private issue, making it public, and he's doing it to get attention. Because he's not even making it about his daughter, he's making it about him. How? And he went to public opinion. He went to the court of public opinion to get sympathy, to get to people, to have them be like, oh my God, Tyrese is going through such a hard time. But you don't have to be on. I think he bipolar, simply because it was just too many emotions too fast. And should he be broken and heart, you know, and so concerned and so heartbroken because he hasn't seen his daughter in 2 months? Absolutely. But coming on social media, crying about it, crying broke, but you crying broke in the same time that you was flying on private jets. So for me, that means something ain't right, bro. You ain't going broke. If you was going broke, you wouldn't be flying a private plane. You wouldn't. It's just common sense that way. You got your little personal chef. You in your little mansion. You know, treating your wife to things for her birthday. You not broke. Okay, you're not. And I just want, then he lied on social media saying that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith gave him $5 million. They floated him $5 million to help him with his legal fees for his daughter. Come to find out that wasn't even true. So not only are you on social media crying and fussing and fighting with people and arguing and all this other craziness, you on social media lying. Even if Will and Jada gave you $5 million, why would you make that public knowledge? If they wanted someone to know they gave you $5 million, they would have said it themselves. But in closing for Tyrese, get your shit together. I hope you are able to see your daughter again. But you need to cut all this foolishness out. And when someone loans you some money, you need to shut the hell up. Okay? You don't talk about it on social media. Because then everybody going to be asking Will and Jada for money. Not only that, what if somebody else asked them for some money and they said no? And now I come and find out they up and giving your ass $5 million. And now the person they told the other day they couldn't have $1 million pissed off. How you know they ain't telling the IRS they broke too? Now you out here talking about how they giving you $5 million. You could look, Tyrese, sit your ass down somewhere, pray, get your spirit right, get your mind right, get your daughter back, and just get back on the right track. Because I don't want to see you in Fast and Furious 9 acting no plum D fool. Okay, I don't want to see you. No, just do what it do. The last story I'm going to talk about, Wendy Williams. I posted about this also on my Jaylee's Corner Facebook page with the pictures and everything. So y'all all know that Wendy Williams was her husband, at least Kevin, was accused of having an affair with this 35-year-old woman who she's a masseuse in Jersey, who he supposedly has been carrying on a 10-year affair with. Her name is, what is it? I just lost that. See, this I be doing too much. I'll figure out her name in a minute. Sharina Hudson. And I think it was maybe last month or the month before last when the story first came out, and the first set of pictures of her husband Kevin and this woman at least out and about on the town, and the woman having a ring on her finger. When it first came out, Wendy spoke about it on her show. She said, I got my ring, and, I'm standing by my man. Everything is good in her household. Don't believe the hype, because if something was up, I would spill my own tea. Well, clearly, her ass ain't spilling her own tea, because, again, more pictures came out of, Kevin and this girl. So, Kevin has a car. I forgot what kind of car it is, but it's the same car he be taking Wendy to and from work in. So they have photos of Kevin in his car, and he's picking up the girl, the mistress girl, and they driving around. And my thing is, there was also pictures of Wendy Williams, like either that day or the day before, around that time, and she looks disheveled. Like, and everybody have bad days. Sometimes when I leave the house, I have a hat on and glasses because my face ain't right. It's too early in the morning. I'm not really woke yet. And if somebody see me out in the public, they can be like, dang, Jaylee look disheveled. I ain't disheveled. I'm just tired and I ain't got myself together yet. But Wendy did not look like she had herself together. She did not. And, Wendy and Kevin been married since 1997. So it's been a 20-year marriage. So people are insinuating that, she's starting to look frail and different and, less strong because of all this gossip and all these things that could be going on with her husband. Now, we also know during Halloween, she passed out on her show. I don't remember if I talked about it on there, but whatever. I think I posted about it on my Instagram. But she was on her show, and it was a live show, and she passed out on set, saying that she was overheated and tired or whatever, and people was clowning her on social media, saying how the fall looked fake. Did she really have a stroke? Was she having a seizure? I mean, when I watched it back, I thought it was a seizure, me personally, only because I saw her eyes and her speech was slurred. But she said that she just felt it coming on, and she felt like she wasn't in control of her body, and she looked shocked, and that's why she had that look on her face. And it is what it is. But, I mean, we don't know if all of that is because of her husband and this alleged affair. But my thing is, Wendy Williams is good for being on people on her show. On her, and that's the same reason why when those photos of her came out of her body looking less than perfect, people went at her saying if that was anybody else, you would go in about them. And when she was on her show, you know, I'm not going to say all that, you know, I don't have a butt, you know, I have big boobs, whatever. But if somebody's husband was accused of cheating, Wendy would do a whole expose. She would have a special correspondent. She would pay for all the photos that's available to show her audience. I haven't watched her show this week, but I know for a fact if she commented on it, it would have been in the blogs, and no one has mentioned anything, and she hasn't talked about it. And I feel like, if I'm wrong, let me know. And I probably should watch her show, but I've been so busy I haven't had a chance to. But I'm like, you can't come after other people. Damn, I'm at 20 minutes. You can't come after other people when your house ain't in order either. And my thing is, even these allegations are false, because you are Wendy Williams, you do Hot Topics. You the goddamn on Hot Topic, okay? You the Hot Topic. And you can't deny the fact that there are pictures of your husband picking up a woman who's accused of being his mistress. Now, even if it's a simple solution, like that ain't his damn mistress, that's our nanny, or that ain't his mistress, that's our, if she's a long time friend and that's why they be hanging out, which I still wouldn't believe, you need to say something, because and only because you're consistently speaking on other people's situations in their lives. If Oprah, you know, if Stabby was cheating on Oprah, Oprah ain't got to talk about it, because Oprah not out here speaking on other people cheating. Hell, if it's certain people who don't have to comment on certain things. And I feel like Wendy Williams is a person, because of her TV show and how much she go in on people. Like, she go in every day on Hot Topics, and she has sometimes very crazy opinions on people's situations. So when your husband is literally photographed with another woman, the woman does have a ring on her finger. We do see her and him getting in the same car he dropped your ass off at work. I need you to at least to say something. I need you to at least say, I'm just as surprised as y'all is. I mean, just something, but just to not address it, for me, is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a firm believer in when there's smoke, there's fire. And for some reason, your husband's still associating with this woman. And my thing is, if there was no truth to these rumors, for him to even be in her presence is so disrespectful. Because he don't care either. My thing is, if you as my husband don't care about my image, then you ain't my husband. And I'm good on you. So, that's what I'm talking about. So, y'all, I have to watch Tamar events and review Queen Sugar, and also and review Stars. So it's been a long day, but that's all the gossip I have for today. If I miss anything, put it in the comments. If y'all want me, listen, if y'all want me to discuss anything, if y'all have like question and answer stuff, put that stuff in the comments. I have people here and there who be like, oh, can you do question and answers, or can you cover this stuff, can you cover that? I sometimes don't do one thing unless multiple people ask for it. So if you have a request of something you want me to review or to talk about, please put it in the comment section here, and I will see if I can get it done when I can get it done. So I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Until next time, people, peace.